Welcome back to Chat Like a Native.
So today we're tackling something I think a lot of listeners feel.
Oh, absolutely. That feeling where you know the words, right? You have all the vocabulary.
Exactly.
But when you try to speak, your ideas just come out choppy. It's a sentence here, then a pause, then another sentence.
It just doesn't flow. And that's usually not a vocabulary issue, it's a structure issue.
And that's what we're fixing today. We're going to give you the secret connectors that turn those choppy sentences into a smooth river of ideas. You'll be able to use this stuff in just a few minutes.
Okay, so before we get into the big map, let's do a quick warm-up.
Good idea. Let's practice starting an opinion so it sounds really sincere.
Right. This is a phrase we use when we want to show we're being completely honest, so listen carefully and repeat after me. Try to make the words flow together.
No pausing.
No pausing. Ready. To be honest, I would say that.
One more time. Feel how smooth that is. To be honest, I would say that.
Perfect. That little connection is a sign of fluency. A pause there can signal you're overthinking it.
Okay, so that's sincerity as our starting point. Now, how do we build a full professional-sounding opinion from there?
Well, it all comes down to using connectors. And it helps to think of them in two main groups.
Two groups, okay.
The first type are linking words. Think of these as the actual roads between your ideas. They're the bridges.
So like and, but, because, the words that physically connect sentences.
Exactly. I like coffee, but I prefer tea. But is the link. It's the road.
Simple enough. What's the second type?
The second type is, I would say, even more important for sounding fluent. They're called discourse markers.
Discourse markers. These are smaller words, right? Like, well, or so, or, you know.
That's it. They don't really change the meaning, but they organize your speech. If linking words are the roads.
Then discourse markers are the traffic signs.
Precisely. They're the signals. They tell the listener you're starting or changing direction or finishing up.
Okay, that's a great distinction. So say I'm a bit nervous and I need a second to think. Which one is better to use? Well, or so.
That's a fantastic question. Well, it's perfect for that.
Right.
Using well at the start is a natural way to buy yourself a moment to think.
It fills that awkward silence.
It does. So is a little different. It's more for showing a result or a conclusion. Like, it was raining, so we stayed inside.
Got it. Okay, so now that we have the traffic signs, what about the actual map? You mentioned a structure.
Yes, a simple four-move map for any opinion. Move 1 is position. Just say what you think.
Straight to the point. Then move 2.
Support. Give your reasons, add your examples. You have to back it up.
And this is where a lot of people stop, I think.
They do. But the next move is what makes you sound really intelligent. Move 3 is balance.
Balance. So you show the other side of the argument.
Exactly. It shows you've really thought about it. And finally, move 4 is wrap up. A quick summary, a conclusion.
Okay, so position, support, balance, and wrap up. And to start, we should use something more natural than just, I think.
Right. Use things like personally, I think, or in my opinion, and of course, that one we practiced, to be honest, for that extra sincerity.
Let's hear the difference. Let's take the topic of online learning. What does a disconnected opinion sound like?
It would sound something like this. I like online learning. It's good. You can study at home. It's very flat.
Right. Now, what does it sound like using our four-move map?
Much better. Something like, well, to be honest, I really like online learning. The main reason is you can study at home, which gives you so much flexibility, and it's usually cheaper. On the other hand, you often miss out on face-to-face interaction. Overall, I still think it's a great option for busy people.
Wow, okay. The difference is huge. The information is the same, but it sounds so much more thoughtful.
It's all about the connectors. They do the heavy lifting for you.
All right, let's have you try it right now. I'll give you a prompt. Do you think working from home is better than working in an office?
And I want you to start your answer using, well, followed by personally, I would say.
Okay, think of your answer and say that first sentence out loud.
Go on. Pause, choose. Well, personally, I would say that. Working in an office is better for team cohesion.
That was a perfect start.
Hi,
It just smooths everything out. A tiny tip.
Yeah.
When you say personally, put a little more stress on that first syllable. Personally. It sounds a bit more confident.
Good point. Now let's dig into that balance move. This is big idea number 2, mastering contrast.
This is where you can see both sides of an issue. It makes you sound much more balanced.
Exactly. And the first big tool for this is although, or its stronger cousin, even though.
Okay, and the grammar here is important. After, although or even though, You need a full subject and verb, right?
You do a full sentence, for example. Although the project was difficult, we finished on time.
Even though the film was long, I enjoyed it. Simple, clean, subject plus verb.
Okay, now we get to the tricky one, the one that causes the most mistakes, and that's despite or in spite of.
Okay, let's slow down here because it trips up so many people. What's the rule for despite?
The crucial rule is, after despite, you can only use a noun or the ing form of a verb, a thing, or an action.
Not a full sentence.
Never a full sentence. So you'd say, despite the rain, or despite feeling tired.
I see the trap. People want to say, despite he was tired.
That's the exact mistake, because he was tired is a subject and a verb. If you absolutely have to use a full sentence, you have to say, despite the fact that he was tired.
Which is a bit clunky.
It is. It's much safer and more natural to just stick with the ing form, despite being tired.
That is a fantastic clarification. Okay, so that's the formal way. What's a more casual, conversational way to show contrast?
This is one of my favorites. It's the little word, though, but used at the end of a sentence.
Oh, this is such a natural-sounding technique. It's like adding a little afterthought.
It is. Imagine you're talking about a restaurant. You might say, it was really expensive. The food was amazing, though.
See, that, though, at the end just softens the contrast. It feels very light, very conversational.
It's incredibly common. And for a more structured contrast, you have the pair on the one hand, and then on the other hand.
This is great for clearly laying out two different viewpoints. Let's do a quick drill with this. I'll start, you finish. On the one hand, public transport is great. On the other hand, it's slow.
On the other hand, it can be really crowded during rush hour.
Good one. Okay, my turn again. On the one hand, owning a car gives you a lot of freedom. On the other hand, it's expensive.
On the other hand, finding parking in the city is an absolute nightmare.
So true. Excellent. That really helps get the rhythm down.
And just to complete our four-move map for the support and wrap-up parts, remember to use words like because for reasons, and then so, or that's why for results.
And for the final conclusion.
Simple words like overall or all in all work perfectly. They tell your listener, I'm done.
Okay, we've covered a lot of tools, but using them can be tricky. Let's talk about the three most common mistakes we see.
Pitfall number one is what I call the and monster.
I know this one. It's when someone just lists reasons using and. Working from home is good and it's flexible and I save money and...
It just sounds like a boring list. The fix is to mix your connectors. Use because for a reason, maybe on top of that for another point, and on the other hand, for contrast, variation is key.
Great advice. Pitfall number two.
We've already touched on this, but it's so important. The despite structure trap. Using a full sentence after despite.
Right. Despite the manager spoke clearly, that's wrong.
Totally wrong. The fix is to immediately switch your brain to the ing form. Despite the manager speaking clearly, or use the noun, despite the clear explanation. Just make that your automatic reflex.
Got it. And the final pitfall.
Too much formal language. I hear this all the time. Learners use words like firstly, secondly, moreover, furthermore when they're just chatting with friends.
Yeah, it can sound a bit stiff, like you're giving a presentation.
Exactly. For casual chat, just use natural words. First of all, then, and maybe also save the academic words for your essays.
That makes perfect sense. All right, I think it's time for a very quick quiz to see if these ideas have stuck.
Okay, 3 questions. Number 1, which type of language organizes your speaking and manages the flow? Is it linking words or discourse markers?
The ones that are like traffic signs. That has to be discourse markers.
Correct. Linking words connect, but discourse markers manage. Question 2, if you want to show you're being really sincere, which starter is best? From my point of view, or to be honest?
That's an easy one. For sincerity, it's got to be honest.
You got it. And last question, number 3, to sound really natural and conversational, where do you often put the word, though?
That's that cool little trick we talked about. You put it right at the end of the sentence.
Perfect. 3 for 3.
All right, you now have the complete plan for building a fluent opinion. Let's just recap the 3 biggest takeaways from today.
Takeaway 1, always use the 4-step flow. Position, support, balance, and wrap up. Don't forget that balance part.
Takeaway 2, make your opening sound really smooth by adding a discourse marker, like, well, before your main starting phrase. Well, personally, I think.
And takeaway 3, use contrasting words like although, or for that really natural feel. Use though at the end of your sentence to show you've considered both sides.
And to make sure you actually use this, we have a challenge for you. It's the 60-second practice challenge.
We want you to pick a simple topic, something like, are smartphones good for students? First, just mentally plan your 4 moves: your opinion, a reason, a contrast, and a conclusion.
Then set a timer for 60 seconds and just speak your opinion out loud. Try to use, to be honest, use because for your reason, and on the other hand, for your contrast.
The goal here is just to feel the flow. Don't worry about being perfect. If you can, record yourself and listen back. You'll be amazed at how much more structured you sound.
That's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for joining us. We really hope these tools help you sound more confident and, well, more natural.
Absolutely. Practice that flow and enjoy your conversations.
Next time, we're going to look at how to use softening language to disagree politely in meetings. We'll see you then.